hour later.
There are a lot of things I could correct about the previous speaker, but one thing for sure, we did have a registered booth at that the Stone Crab Festival, so that's not true at all. The petition to drive to place the future of our wetlands in the hand of the Wakulla voters is going well. I know this both from the overwhelmingly positive response that we are getting from citizens and from the increasingly desperate, deceptive, and often mean-spirited tactics of those opposing this democratic solution. A few weeks ago at the Planning and Zoning meeting in this very room, we were treated to the spectacle of Mr. Wesolowski, one of only 3 in attendance who spoke in support of the BOCC's planned comprehensive plan changes, who was supposed to be an example of a Wakulla County landowner being deprived of his property rights by the current wetlands regulations. Somehow, he managed to get on WCTV the next evening and plead his victimhood again without any attempt by the station to present an opposing view. Parenthetically, when I contacted the station, they apologized for this totally biased presentation. Public records reveal that Mr. Wesolowski is not a Wakulla County resident, but he's a realtor who lives in Havana, Florida. He purchased the property in question, which consists largely of wetlands, this past January for $5,900 on a foreclosure sale, and currently has it on the market for more than 4 times that amount. And he stands to make even more if our ordinances are repealed. I highly doubt that he was unaware of the local regulations at the time of purchase the same year. But this is the type of property rights victim that Mr. Thomas and the 3 other commissioners are championing. Real estate developers, often from outside Wakulla County, looking to make a quick profit. Mr. Thomas's attack on the Wetlands Alliance in his recent letter to the editor of the News is another example of this type of misrepresentation. He never addresses, even once, in his lengthy letter why the local protections of our wetlands are not necessary, or why citizens should not be allowed to vote on the issue. Instead, he attempts to divert the reader's attention with baseless accusations about a citizen group that has nothing to gain in the wetlands debate but preservation of our unique environment for future generations and the actualization of local control through the ballot box. He tries to make living near wetlands in his article a disqualification for members of the Wetlands Alliance, while failing to mention that the big money supporting the repeal all have property interests that includes wetlands. Mr. Thomas has the audacity to accuse Alliance members of being selfish when his entire position rests on the view that self-interest trumps reasonable community needs. This argument becomes truly bizarre and paranoid when he tries to raise the specter that the previous fellow went way beyond this. I'm just finishing this sentence.
Please, hurry up.
He tries to raise the specter that this time-limited, nonpartisan, all-volunteer organization has some dark hidden agenda that we will unleash if we succeed in the petition drive. Perhaps after citizens get a voice on the wetlands issue, we may propose the radical idea that public officials treat their constituents with honesty and respect, and that they represent the greater good rather than the interests of a few.
Charles Hickman?